money.
Man, this is possible. Are they the owners of this?
Please, can we go back?
Sorry.
Can you invite us for your support? Why do you like cut?
There's an advancement
I do like to assess listeners for the National Assembly.
But my head, why you take abandoned? It's not about whether the project is well done or not. Why is it abandoned?
Okay. The history of this project is that it is, like I said, meant to provide residential accommodation for the recycling officers following the sale of government property, which incidentally involved the ones that were earlier provided for them in the upward legislative quarters. This was conceived alongside the assembly, but somewhere along the line, it's from the House National Assembly leadership that actually raised a concern that the area is a little bit too exposed to them, and therefore the funding, which normally comes from appropriation of the National Assembly, was not forthcoming onto the project. That is the only thing. We don't have any.
But it was, as it was conceived by them, by the 78th Assembly. It was not that the initiative of the FCD. It is the initiative of National Assembly. They accepted here. Now, if they are not saying that they don't want Assembly space, what happens to this property?
Definitely, one section.
The Excellency, one of the concerns is the openness of the place. Because when you are driving on that road, you see the whole place. So, and the proximity to the complex. Then what we did immediately was to plant trees. And when those trees grow, it will shield the place. And then access is now being provided. National Assembly place. However, we have not been able to convince them to accept that proposal. This is it. I think the minister will need to have sessions with the leadership of National Assembly for us to forward.
Thank you very much. It is quite disheartening, I must say the truth. These are public funds. Yes, I agree, we are going to dialogue with the leadership of the National Assembly. But the point remains, if you look at how much you are putting in this structure, and then you abandon it, what becomes of the structure again? What will happen? They were the ones who initiated that this structure should be built here. And the government accepted and have started construction to this level. And then you come up again to say, look, it is open place like this. This is not private residence. These are public officers' residence that if you are not the other person will take care. There are nothing wrong, but we must understand that public funds cannot be wasted in this manner. Because if you abandon here, except even if FCD takes it over, to do what with it? To do what with it? So it is very unfortunate that we find ourselves in this kind of dilemma. I will try and plead with the present leadership of the National Assembly so that we'll be able to save funds and apply these other funds in other projects that are still being abandoned, which we're going to. I've always said before that part of our problems in this country is every time uncompleted project. I do even believe that even if you want to come back to start a project, the contractor will bring variation. Because the price of things as at the time is no longer the price of things. And this is why we are losing every day, every day, every day. This is unacceptable. I will also make this report to Mr. President and let him know the dilemma we're in while the talks with the leadership of our assembly is ongoing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
One of the progress that has done some, you can see the level of accomplishment attained in Nigeria. Yes. These are among the projects we are developing on the basis of provision under Abuja master plan.
Yes, when was this project awarded? 2010. The first president resident, 2010. And we're how many years now? 13 good years. Project abandoned. It's so disheartening. I don't know the spirit of this abandonment in us. We've gone to the National Assembly, President of South, abandoned. Vice President resident, abandoned. I can't believe it in a country like this that where the vice president is supposed to reside and a contract awarded in 2010 and we're 2023, nothing is going on. There is a problem. So why in the first place did we go into it? Well, we know that we don't have the funds for the project. This is embarrassing. Really embarrassing. I don't think any serious government would allow this to happen, and seriously, I have to take it up with the president because, I mean, we cannot everywhere abandon project. Everywhere abandon project. If we don't have the funds, why do we have to start the project in the first place? For 13 good years, where the vice president is supposed to live? It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Well, I will take it up with Mr. President and see how. I mean, this cannot be allowed. This cannot be allowed to continue. At the end of the day, who's losing? All these funds are public funds. If they would have diverted to other things than to just create white elephant projects, you know. So, thank God, these are the reports we will make and inform Mr. President of what is happening. I know you will not be happy that we have this kind of thing going on. And no funding in the last 5-6 years, 7 years, no funding. So thank God. Thank you very much.
Annually, it has been appropriated 1 billion. It's tracker.
8 years
8 years project. And the issue is the funding is national budget, not FCT appropriation. Therefore, we made effort, we will propose a higher sum to expedite action, and by the time the budget is out, it's reverted to 1 billion. Both Julius Berger and the head of the civil service of the Federation, we have expressed concern and even made written submission that there has been no improvement in the situation. Even in 2023, we have only 1 billion. This situation, but they are making good progress within the confines of the resource. Thank you, sir.
Well, this is not too much of a problem. I think what methodology we have also adopted, knowing that the national budget is not much available. You have put the funding in the FCT budget and the national budget, so the IGR will be able to help you. If that was done, I'm sure by 6 months, 7 months, you will have even if not less than 6 billion naira. So I think we'll do that. This we can manage for also be part. Like I said, I can now see the good reason why you should attach some of your projects to Abuja. If that was done, you wouldn't have been having this kind of problems. I'm sure every company like them would agree that every month the doctors they'll be working. I think we have to do that so that this shouldn't be much of a problem. If they will agree to let you know, to let us know what time can you complete this project, so we'll be able to spread the payments. Can you do it in 1 year's time, in 8 months' time? Is it possible?
Roughly. The original schedule was for 2 years. Yeah. For now, we have worked around about, let's say, considering the slow, let's say, focus because of the funds available, we probably need another 1.5 years.
No, but no, if we schedule the way we are paying, and you are sure that this funding is provided, and because part of the problem is that when you don't have the funding, it takes more time.
Okay.
But if we agree that so every month you're going to get this, can you bring the time, the duration down?
Your Excellency,
So
absolutely.
you work at that with the FCD and the Permanent Secretary, so that we'll make sure that this project is, this shouldn't take us about like 8 months. Why should that be? With the funding, we can manage it. How much have you paid them now?
3 billion.
1.2.
On 1.2.
2.4.
So let's go by 7-8 months. This place is done. So we'll go back and have an internal arrangement. Is that good with you?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Because these ones are just about
6 kilometers. And
We
so
have provided funding.
I'm sorry. That's the problem. I not agree with that. To mature. If it matures in 3 years' time, that's when this job is done. We must find an alternative. How much is this money the government is holding on this? On this? How much now?
2007 we started, 2007.
How much is outstanding now?
6 billion.
6 million. That's what is outstanding. And that's what has made you not to continue with the work. Okay. Will you come back to the ministry? Oh, so there's no funding as a problem. The thing has slowed down because of funding. Fine. If you have funding, there's no way this road can stay in the next 7 months. You will have finished it. If the funding is the problem. So we'll go back and see them and see how we can work out the funding so the road can be completed. So that people this place can enjoy the road. Let us not be postponing. I've always said before, I'm not here to see projects not going on. And like I said, this is a major project that will give a facelift into the city. So they don't need to go to the outside, just go straight and going out. So it's a project we must. And we'll change the short limit, Mr. President, to come and commission this project. That is what I'm here for. I'm not here for postponement. When that money comes, again, okay, we can apply that to another area. So that is the way we should work. So we'll go back and work out the funding pattern, but be assured that we're going to do everything and that we're giving you the template that this job should be handled in the next 7 months. You agree with us? If the funding is made available, you agree with us? Thank you. We don't build grammar too much. Just do the work and then people be happy that the work has been done. Thank you.
meter high tower with a revolving restaurant provided there. As part of the component parts of the project, it's also the development of the National Museum, as well as a 5-star hotel and an amphitheater. If I have your indulgence, I can invite my project director to just give an overview. We want to take you around to see what we wanted to do in the initial say we want to underpass.
So what's the additional cost?
45 billion.
How much has been paid? How much has been paid?
36 billion.
36 billion so far. So if you manage 36 billion, how much would that be? 78 billion.
Given the quantum of funding and various other options have been considered to do a PPP. So that, and that's why we went to PPP to give us the cost of completion. We have it now. So before now, different interests have shown their expression to participate, but those expressions never materialized. There was a time Qatar expressed interest in it, they did not move further. So we now plan to throw it out on international bidding to see who will be interested in it. We have all the documentation to do that now.
Projects like this naturally should be private and the public partnership. I don't know how from the inception you allowed yourself to handle this kind of projects. And if you are not going back to BPP, then you are saying that nothing will be done until you have a partner. And by that time also, you talk about another variation. So I would think that before you get a partner, we should start doing something so that they will be working. When the partner comes, then we see this is where we have stopped and the partner can take over from here. But to say we should wait till the partner comes, then we are talking about in the next 3 years, nothing's likely to happen. You have seen so many people have come and indicated interest, I never saw them again. Sometimes it's because they are not sure of part of the things that drive away investors is inconsistency in government policies. They put in their money and the government comes and says, look, but they're not ready to do that again. So that's part of the problems we have. I think that with the president we have, who had shown that, look, he wants to drive tourism. And again, you would have partnered with the Ministry of Culture so that now we have Ministry of Tourism, we have a Ministry of Tourism directly, who can partner with to see how we can also drive tourists to be private sector driven. But for us as a ministry, as a FCT, we will not fold our hands. We will go back and see how we can structure finance so that they can start working. Alternatively, you can recommend to government to sell off to any private person who want to complete the project. That is the way. That is the way it is. So some of these things encourage government to sell off to private persons who will now complete the development, and so that people can benefit. I know the tourism when this project was launched, the residents of Abuja were happy, and this is the kind of thing that make a city a city. This is why we are saying that, look, we'll make Abuja to look differently, and to encourage projects like this to be completed that will have a positive impact on the lives of our people. So whichever way it is, be assured we'll go back, we'll sit down with you, we'll invite you and see how we can structure the financing before government approves either to sell off or before we have partners who want to who want to work with us for the realization of this very important project. I think that's the only thing we can do. Either way, while we are working at this funding structure, we'll be waiting for government or the alternative. We will look at what government will finally advise as far as the project is concerned. We will recommend to government what we think instead of abandoning this. And I'm sure they are keeping their workers. They are hoping that something will be done.